and gentlemen. This is OV Transport Guy coming to you with episode 4. So, I want to show you guys the type of devices that I actually use. All of them are massage devices. They all produce heat, and it goes for different functions of the body. Now, you guys did see the massage seat and the feet massages, but I want to show you those entirely in a little quick video clip, but also along with the knee massager as well as the shoulder massager. And I want you guys to take a look, at those things and see what you think about that. Okay, so here's the massage chair, as you guys can see before. Here's the remote control, and it's of course turned on right now. You can see the functions in it and how that operates. And these are the foot massages, 2 separate ones, left or right. And this is it opened up, obviously. All right. And of course, I'm going to turn it on. Pretty simple process. And you can select the mode, the temperature, the intensity on it. And these also can be controlled with your cell phone as well. You download the app and you can actually control the temperature, the intensity, all that good stuff. Okay, so this is the knee massager. And those are just the functions on it. And what I'm doing right now is just wrapping my tester. Pretty simple process. And all these devices are FDA approved, although I don't really care about that if it does matter. And this is just a function of how it works. Simple process. Alright guys, so this is the shoulder massager. I want to show you guys what that looks like one more time, as you saw in the previous video. So real quick, all I literally do is just slide this on, and it already has the straps attached to it. If I can get the back of it. It's probably easier if somebody else does it, but I've got it adjusted to where it'll fit anybody, no matter what size they are. Obviously, a lot of guys have shoulder issues, and as you can see, the buttons on here, like I was showing you guys before, and I literally would help them put this on so they wouldn't even have to worry about it. And that's how it does, and this heat generates all this area here. So that's basically what I offer to any of my riders if they truly want it. And as you can see, you have the level of heat on it, if you can see that there, or the different types. You have 3 different types of functions on it. And again, this is portable. So the chances are, well, I'll just say this. This has heat here, right, to where they'll feel it. And it gets hot pretty quick, so I probably would have to do maybe 1 or 2, not go to the 3rd one on this one. Now, I was going to say most people may not be feeling this so well, but a lot of my riders so far have been very open with a lot of the massage devices, because, let's just face it, as you get older, your body and stuff start aching a little bit more and stuff like that. So, this is, again, a great device for them to have, and it all comes with my amenities. So, again, in the video, you guys saw the, back massager. You saw the foot massager and the knee massager, all that good stuff. So you really can't go wrong with that at all. So, yeah. So, this is a good thing that works overall. And so that's pretty much it for right now. Okay, so I had to do the shoulder massager one more time just to make sure you guys can see clearly what it is I'm doing. Now, again, this is my preference. I'm not saying you have to have everything, like I have. You necessarily don't have to do that. Um, but, again, I want to offer as much comfort as I possibly can. Because, again, if I'm driving people around, I want them to be as comfortable as possible. Even, today when I did a drive for a gentleman, he was telling me he was having back pains anyway. He said, by the time I got out of your vehicle, or as he was getting out rather, he was like, my back feels a whole lot better, and I'm definitely going to use you. So what I did was I converted him to now on my platform to where now I can drive for him and he's going to be looking forward to the massage devices. Now, you guys might be thinking, especially with the foot massagers, so let me just go ahead and say it right now. Yes, I am aware that, some people's feet are going to be funky. Some people are not going to have socks on. If they take off those shoes, it's going to be cutting up, right? Well, luckily, in my, smarter than average bear mindset, right? Yes, genius at work here. I actually bought foot coverings for them to put their feet in and a spray to cut down any type of odor. Now, again, obviously, this is not something that I'm going to do for everybody. Where I live at, there's a lot of college students. They do a lot of walking around and stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to do that for them. It's not going to happen. Maybe the other stuff, perhaps, but not the foot massages. Unless it's a long ride, and or if we're going somewhere an extensive run or something, and I know they haven't been walking everywhere, things like that. So again, you gotta use a little common sense too. Older folks, they tend to not be that active as say students and stuff like that. So I don't want to throw caution to the wind. I have to be aware of these things. And again, another thing too, when I pitch these items that I use, I don't just come right out with it. I let them get in the vehicle, they're getting comfortable. And I do this majority with longer rides. Now, if they're like, hey, this massage seats, it feels comfortable, it feels great. You're the first one to have a car like this, to have devices like this in here. Then, I'll shoot my shot. Then I'll be like, well, hey, I got foot massages. Again, it depends on the type of persons that I'm dealing with too. I mean, you have to be smart when you do this type of things. But again, when they're doing, hospital trips, airport trips, trips that's going to take longer than 30 minutes or something, that's when you can kind of implement the other stuff on there. And the reason why most folks don't think about these things, because nobody else is doing it. Nobody wants to waste their time. You know what I'm saying? But you got to look at the long game at this. So as an entrepreneur, the thing that I actually think about, more than anything would be what's the infinite game? Okay, not just the finite game, but the infinite game. How long is this going to go? Well, I can tell you that I've been able to recruit more clients since adding more stuff, And again, this just kind of showcase the type of work that I do anyway, what I offer, and it speaks in volumes, So this is the part of the whole thinking, creativity, use what you have, use your talents, use your gifts. This is what makes entrepreneurship so cool. Obviously, I provide a service, right? Okay. But with my service, I offer something that other folks ain't thinking about. You know what I'm saying? And I know this works because those devices I'm using on myself or other people first before putting it out there, for clients. So I know it works. It's just, at the end of the day, get off your procrastination behind and do something with what you have. So again, I'm showing that you can use what you have as an idea, and it's unique because you came up with it. Rather than you're in a driving game or you're doing something else, okay? And I'm basically talking about what I'm doing because this is a business of mine that I'm growing, and I'm offering clients, service, meeting their needs, listening to them, and that's important. You gotta listen to what they're talking about. At least take their thought to heart, and then just kind of go from there. So again, these are steps of what you can do. All we're really doing is showing you what I use for this type of business. You can take the roller coaster in your mind should be thinking, man, maybe if I do this, this might work. You never know, but you won't ever know if you don't try. And I get it. You got people that can criticize you. You got family members that might trip with you. You may have all these things, but you know what? I remember the story. I can't think of the gentleman's name, but he was the one, the guy that deals with Amazon, that started Amazon deal. While we still had brick and mortar, we had Walmarts and, places to go shop and stuff like that. The conversation basically was like this. He pitched the idea towards the person he was working for, might have been his manager or whatever, and he shot him down, told me he'll never get anywhere with it, something of that nature. Well, the owner of Amazon is a billionaire moving forward. Thank God he didn't listen to that guy. You know what I'm saying? And Amazon really blew up during COVID indefinitely. I should know because I bought a lot of stuff from them. So again, the idea is transcending and being able to move forward and not staying stuck before you have. And these are things that unfortunately you're not really going to get taught in a lot of schools and teach you how to be a good citizen, maybe if that. But again, God give you a mind to think, to use creativity. You know what I'm saying? And the thing that we have to remember that God put us on this earth to subdue it. That means to conquer it. That means to rule it. That means to make things better for our daily activities in life and stuff like that. He put us here for a reason, and he also put us here because part of our personality, our creativity comes from him in the first place, okay? So we indeed are image bearers. That means that God has given every individual, whether they're a believer or not, creativity, imagination, talents, things that come natural. And as you progress and as you learn stuff, the art or the craft, become mastery over it, now you can do something with that. All these are specialities and these are gifts, okay? So again, no matter how weird your ideas are, no matter what people tell you, man, you got to get out there and do your thing. You got to, because if you don't, somebody else will. So, I won't waste too much more of your time, but I do want to let you guys know that, hey, get out there, do your thing, go make you some more money, and then at the end of the day, go make you some more money, all right? So this is OV, Transportation Guy, doing his thing, 2025 and moving forward. So, again, you guys get a chance, like and share my videos. Please, by all means, make comments. I don't care what it is. But now I will say, if you're saying something stupid, just don't do it. Don't do it. Because if you put something on there that's totally retarded, you might get a response back you may not like. Oh, I'll do it in love, but I'm sure gonna shame you. So just don't do it. But for those that's looking at my video, holler at me, subscribe, like my page, take some tips, take some ideas, and I will see you in the next episode. Peace. Bye-bye for now.